Hello everyone, welcome to the pit walk ahead of round 1 of the REC World Championship. Round 1 at SNETTERTON, 2 hours tomorrow, or today depending on where you're watching it live. It's going to be live from, I can't feel what time the rest does. It's going to be live from 7:55 PM, so when everyone's on the grid, we'll do a quick grid walk, and then we'll get straight into the session. Completely lost my head there. Race starts at 8. Ends at 10 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Now, there'll be 2 mandatory pit stops, 1 mandatory change, and 1 mandatory fuel change. You cannot get to the end of a 2-hour race on 1 fuel change. You'll probably see 2 or 3. We'll get there tomorrow, but as we walk down the grid, we'll walk down the garage, so we'll have a quick look at some of the cars. This is your pole sitter that we're looking at right now, number 50 Volkenhurst BMW. They are starting from P1 on the grid tomorrow. P1, they're starting from pole. Pole award went to Riker. This afternoon. Qualifying ended about 10-15 minutes ago. That's how I'm recording this. Riker straight to pole position. Took him a while, but in the last half an hour he was just electric. He basically didn't step a foot wrong, and then put his car and South's car on pole position. And then number 98 Volkenhurst. Another story here. They're at the back of the grid, last row of the grid, second last. They did a 1:16, so they're kind of towards the back, kind of towards the trombone. 3 seconds slower than this guy. However, they were getting used to the car. These guys have not touched the track at all this weekend. The first time touching the circuit was during qualifying. They're looking towards the race. These guys are looking towards the race as well. They're going to be really, really addressing that. As we jump into the PAFT guys, these guys are the race overall favourites. Volkenhurst was favourite for qualifying. PAFT Car 9 is the favourite for the race. It's got 2 of the most amazing drivers in the series, in the league, in this car. Now, PAFT has come, they were very much towards the front last season, only got 1 race win, nothing else. That didn't really buffle them because there was a 6-round championship. This round, it's 8 rounds, and if they can win and they can give the fight to Volkenhurst, the current championship leaders, they won last year in Lamborghini under a different name. But this year they've come back, the season's ready, they've come back, and they're currently on pole, and they've already decided where they left off. They've picked up where they left off. Car 99 starting 3rd. So this car starting 2nd, this car starting 3rd. Just to show you how competitive these 2 cars are. Same story again. Some of the best drivers in the league in that car. Probably consistency is their big point. Their 1-lap pace isn't really there. Car 9's is, but Car 99 isn't. So you're going to be looking at the endurance aspect for those 2 cars. We jump over to these guys. Unfortunately, these guys are not racing this weekend. They couldn't get their drivers here. They are not racing this weekend. This garage is going to be vacant as of tomorrow. As we jump over to Supersonic, these guys, again, these guys starting towards the back of the grid, P6 and P8. So not too good for these guys. However, they showed great race pace last season. They came from the back of the grid on a number of occasions and scored solid points. Not really a fuss with these guys with Supersonic Racing for this round. After this round, they're going back to their old name under new management. New management originally changed the name to Supersonic. They're going back again to their original name, pardon me, going back to their original name of Blue Dolphin. That's these guys. Really, really good team, really solid management, lackluster drivers. I'm sure they'll come from the back to score decent points again. And these guys, absolute underdogs. One of the storyline of the weekend so far, Car 51, filled with drivers sacked from PAFT, and currently these guys are as quick as them. That's a shocker. So these guys are starting P5 and P6 on the grid tomorrow. Very, very, very good from them, especially since we expected them to not be really anywhere. These guys, this is their last race in the 488 Legacy GT car. They are moving to the 296 because they're a factory back team. They're moving to the 296 as of next round. So as of by the time we get to Eastborough, they're in factory back to 296 GT3 cars, the brand new iteration. These guys, however, are staying with the 488 for the remainder of the season, changing next season. So for the Spa 12, these guys are in a 488, and for the Spa 12, these guys are in a 296. So it's going to be interesting to see the pace difference between those 2 cars. I don't expect it to be too big, but again, it should be very, very good. As we're going to walk down the pit lane again, the boxes, unlike last season, they've moved a lot closer to the garage because we had a very big issue with the fast lane and the slow lane and the stopped lane, the slowing lane, sorry, and the stopped lane all being really close. So we've moved the box over slightly, pretty much as far as we can move it without putting it in the garage, and we've slightly widened the fast lane because some cars were having difficulties there. This season as well, we've got a click to pit function. So you smash that click button, your car jacks up. You select a tyre between soft, medium, and hard, and you have wets and intermediates as well. So they aren't even in the game at the moment because there's no point. It's a sunny weekend. But Spa, when variation weather should be in the game for the rest of the season from Spa onwards, that's when they're going to be put in. That's going to be where they're used. Tyre manufacturers, yes, big statement here. Every single team is on these Michelins, on these Michelin cars right here, these Michelin Sport tyres. However, Mercedes, the one team that isn't here, shock horror, they're the only team running Pirellis. Now, call it a conspiracy theory, these tyres were crap last season. They did not lap well, did not deal with heat well at all, and they aren't here this weekend. Call me a conspiracy theorist, do whatever. That's a big thing for me. If your tyres didn't put up last season, you don't come to the next race at the same venue, that's a bit of a flag for me as a league owner. But we're looking at this. These guys are really nice, so I get on the league owner very well. Not league owner, sorry, the team owner very well. And he's a very nice chap. And he assures me it is because they haven't been able to get drivers that can make this time zone of venue. Because they have many teams over many series, but these guys cannot get to this GT series. They're mostly a Formula team, so they're not used to the double drivers, more drivers than one, so they're struggling with that. I'm going to run up the pit lane. Okay, here we go. Got the Volkenhurst, in my opinion, definitely not biased because I own the team, but best looking cars on the grid, man. You can't go wrong with those M4s. With the M4 CSL safety car, this will probably do 1 or 2 showings this weekend, especially because in qualifying we saw a couple of cars get stuck on the exit of turn 2. We're going to continue running up here. Very beautiful lighting. We've got a couple cameras everywhere as well. Here we go. SNETTERTON. This is where the top 6 drivers from the top 3 cars are going to be stood come tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a bit interesting. Going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to be cheeky. I want to go into the track. And I'm going to cross on the circuit. You'll see these things. There's a camera on this one. But there's a camera on a few of them, but this one especially. This one right here. This shows you what flag it is. So if I zoom out, or if I don't zoom out, if I do zoom out, I don't know, I'll figure it out. If I go yellow, look at that. This is what comes up when there's a safety car. So safety car pulls out, catches the leader. If you're not the leader, you drive past the safety car. We probably won't see this too much tomorrow, maybe once or twice, but not too much. We'll see it a lot at Eastbourne because it's a street circuit though. Red flag, self-explanatory. Race, session, whatever it is at the moment, over, head to the pit lane. Then we have our usual sectors 1, 2, and 3. Red, yellow, whatever they're going to be. And the flag that everyone wants to see at the end of tomorrow's 2-hour race, the checkered. If you can make it to the end and see that checkered flag, bingo. You have been classified and you will get points towards your championship. Now, this is one of the weirder grids that we have. Next season, basically every venue except this one and Luxembourg are a straight line. This is the only pit straight that's a curve. This barrier is going to be slightly altered because we've got a camera that we can't see the pit stop cycle in there. So we're going to move the cameras around. We're going to figure it out. But this is the grid. So pole is going to be over there. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and then 8th right here underneath this sign and in line with the timing board. This is what the back of the grid for tomorrow's race is. Very close to the front. The field spread isn't very big here, but we're going to see a big iteration at the end of lap 1 of whose lap pace and who's got their tyres up to temperature during that formation lap. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to be cheeky as well. I'm going to be cheeky again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Volkenhurst garage and I'm going to show you the interior of one of these cars. Now we're going to slide in through the window because we can. This is the newest car that's on the grid at the moment, minus the double steering wheel. That's an issue. I forgot to delete the old steering wheel. But you got your fans, your camera, your grid, everything in here that a driver could need is in here. The GUI basically mimics this. So you've got your RPMs, your steering wheel position, the buttons and everything but the lights. And this car, as of next season, hopefully, there's a thing here. This is in real life. It shows you what position you are, what class you are, and it will alter between 2, and the abbreviation of the driver that's in there. I want, in a perfect world, to get that to work in this. However, we're in Roblox, it might not. Beautiful car with the yellow lights in the front, very beautiful. We got another car, the new-ish car. This is the 991 generation of 911 GT3 Evo. However, next season we're coming in with the 992 and the 992 Cup Series as well. Yes, that's right, the 992 Super Cup Series. Again, There we go. There's the Mercedes with the yellow lights and everything in there. Very cool, very cool. So that's basically it. Again, big story is the split of Ferrari. You've got the factory team moving to the 296 GT3, and you've got Supersonic Blue Dolphins staying with the 488. We'll see which one comes out better next weekend. Thank you all so much for coming out this weekend. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.